Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss a very important news article regarding the Digital Payments Index. So the Digital Payments Index has been released by the Reserve Bank of India. So what is this index all about, and why RBI is releasing this index? What is the data of this index? As well as this index is very important because a question has been asked in the previous year in the RBI Grade B. Okay, so this index becomes very important, and recently in July 2022 this has been released by the RBI. So we will see that what is the data and everything. Okay, so now before starting with the session, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel, and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now starting with the RBI has released the Digital Payments Index. So the Digital Payment Index is constructed, RBI had announced the construction of a composite RBI Digital Payment Index with the March 2018 as the base year. Okay, so what happens that this is an index, Digital Payment Index. So index usually they have a base year so that other years can be compared with the base year. And usually conventionally the base year in an index is taken as 100. So the value of the base year is taken as 100, and March 2018 is a base year for the Digital Payment Index. So the value of March 2018 is taken as 100, and all the other years are compared with the base year. Okay. So the RBI had announced that RBI will be constructing the Digital Payment Index, and the base year is this, as well as why this has been developed, the Digital Payment Index. So the Digital Payment Index was launched in January 2021, and the RBI has said that the Digital Payment Index has been constructed so that we can see that how deepened or how much penetration has happened of the digital payments. Okay, as the far off areas are also using the digital payments or not, how much digitization has happened of the payments. Okay. So the Digital Payment Index was launched in January 2021, and the Digital Payment Index indicates the extent of digitization of payments across the country. Okay, how deepened, how much penetration has happened of the digitization of the payments or digital payments, that is seen by the Digital Payment Index. And continuously the index is increasing. That shows that there is a growth that is happening. Okay, and in the previous that index was released, that was released in January 2022, and this was released for the September 2021. Okay, this was released for the period till September 2021, and this report told that this index told that 40% year on year growth has happened in the Digital Payment Index. So that was a great leap that we have taken, especially in the COVID situation. Okay, so as well as the January 2021, the index that was released at that time, it was for September 2021. Okay, and now the index that has been released is for March 2022, and this is released in July 2022. So why I am telling you these dates is that for you to understand that this Digital Payment Index is on the semi-annual basis. It is for the period till September, and from there then we see for the next March. Okay, so that data has came for the March 2022, and then the next data, the next Digital Payment Index data will be released for September 2022, and the data will be released after 4 months. Okay, because the RBI is seeing the data till September 2022, so the data will be released after 4 months. So the data is released after 4 months or within 4 months. So the September data is released in January, and the March data is always usually released in July. That is what RBI has said, that this Digital Payment Index is on the semi-annual basis. We will be seeing our Digital Payment Index till March, and then afterwards then we will see the Digital Payment Index from March till September. So it is on the semi-annual basis, as well as the March data will be seen in July, and the September data will be seen in the next year of January. Okay, so now coming to the data that has been released, the RBI, the Reserve Bank of India's Digital Payment Index rose to 349.30 as of March 2022. So this is the data till March 2022, and this was released in this month only, that is July 2022. As against now in the previous year, in the September 2021, the index was 304 0.06, okay, in September 2021, thus reflecting the rapid adoption of the digital payments in the country. So what is happening, that rapid adoption is happening in the country, especially in September 2021. The year-on-year growth, that is from September 2020 to September 2021, there was 40% growth in the digital payments. As well as if we see in the March 2022, from March 2021, if we compare, there is 29% of the growth that has been seen in the year. Okay, so from March 2021 to March 2022, the increase is of 29%. The digital payments has enhanced or increased by 29%. So digital payments across the country registered a growth of nearly 29% in a year through March 2022. So this is the data that you have to remember. Now here you can see March 2018 is the base, and the base is usually taken as 100 in any index. And now the data for the September 2021 was 304.06, and for March 2022 the data has been released in July, that is 349.30. okay. As well as the construction of the index. Now the direct question has been asked from the construction of the index regarding the parameters of the index, okay, in the previous RBI Grade B. So that's why you have to have the clarity about the parameters, about the sub parameters and everything. So the RBI DPI comprises of 5 broad parameters, and that enable the measurement of the deepening and the penetration of the digital payments that is happening in the country over the different time periods. That's why we take a semi-annual basis of the data, so that we have the continuous data that is coming into the country, so that we can see that till March we have grown this much, and from March till September we have grown this much. Okay. So the 5 broad parameters are payment infrastructure demand side factors. Okay, payment infrastructure demand side factors means the consumers, how much infrastructure the consumers have, as well as payment enablers, that the enablers are the things that enable the payment system. Okay, that is the internet, mobiles. Then there is payment infrastructure supply side factors, how many merchants have the payment infrastructure, like the POS machines, like the QR codes and everything. Payment performance, that is how well it is performing. Consumer centricity, that is how much consumers are being taken into this payment system. So now these are given different weightage. These are the 5 broad parameters, on these 5 broad parameters the digital payment index depends on. Okay, and the most weightage is given to the payment performance, that is 45% of the weightage, that is the highest weightage is given to the payment performance, and the lowest weightage is given to the consumer centricity. Okay, and this is all the weightage that is given to the different parameters that you have to remember also. Okay, the weightage is also very important. Now coming to the sub parameters, so that you have the better clarity that what this payment enabler means, what this demand side infrastructure means. So payment enabler is what? Enable is that through which system, or what is making this whole digital payment possible. So the internet is making this whole digital payment system possible. The mobiles, the Aadhaar cards are making this whole payment system enabled. Okay, the bank accounts, the participants, the merchants. If there are no merchants, how the digital payment will happen? If there is no consumer, how digital payment will happen? If there is no internet, how digital payment will happen, or without the bank accounts? So it will be tougher, of course. So payment infrastructure demand side, the consumers, what infrastructure the consumers are using? We are using the credit card, the debit card, the prepaid payment instruments, the UPI and everything, the registered mobile internet banking, the fast tags we are using, everything. This all is leading to the digital payments. Okay, in the toll you just do not have to give in the cash. The fast tag, the picture is clicked of the fast tag, or that is scanned up, and the payment is already done. You do not have to physically give the cash. So that is also a digital payment that is happening. Payment infrastructure supply side, in the supply side, what the customers, the merchants should have, the bank branches are there. Okay, that is the payment infrastructure supply side that are providing for this digital payment. Business correspondence, the ATMs are there, the POS terminals are there, the QR codes are there, the intermediaries are there, so that are supplying this kind of payment, digital payments. Okay, payment performance. So the payment performance, how is that seen? how do you know that okay, the payment performance is good, the digital payments is happening much? So that is seen by the volume of the digital payment systems, that is seen by the value. If the volume is more but like 10 people are doing, 10 is a good volume, let's say, and the 10 people are doing the transfer of only 100 rupees, so that is not much digital payment that is happening. So value is also seen. Okay, 10 people are doing, in combined the digital payments are happening of 10,000, 20,000, so that is high value transactions are happening. Unique users, okay, how many new users have been added? So the volume is increasing, the value is increasing, but there are no new users, so that is not beneficial, because that means the penetration has not happened in the new areas, in the far off areas of the country. So the new users, the unique users that have just entered shows us that okay, the digital payments are increasing, it is penetrating the new areas in the country, because we are seeing the data from the previous September 2021 till March 2022. So we have to see that how much new entrants are there into the digital system. The paper clearing, the currency in circulation, the cash withdrawals, that how much people are using the cash. That means if they are using the cash, they are using less of the digital payments. So that also we have to see. Now consumer centricity, that is to see the consumer, to guard the consumer in a way. So awareness and education should be given to the consumers, then only the penetration will happen in the digital areas. The declines, the complaints, how many complaints are coming, frauds that is happening, the system downtime, how much is that, if there is any decline in the consumer usage, the consumer is using less of the digital payments or not. So this is all is seen, so that we can see that how much consumers are protected. Okay, so this was the 5 broad parameters. These are the 5 broad parameters, and the most weightage is given to the payment performance, the least weightage is given to the consumer centricity. These are the sub parameters. I hope you have understood it very well. Okay, so now this is the question. The first question that you have to tell the lowest weightage in the index, and this is the second question that you have to tell that during March 2022, okay, it is 2022 as against the September 2021, you have to tell the data. Okay, it is during March 2022, you have to tell the data, and against the September 2021. So that is it. Thank you very much everyone. I hope you have understood the news article very well, especially about the digital payment index. And in the previous session, the Simran was the one that was able to give the answer, as well as Ashar was the one. Okay, so the CRAR, it has been increased. It has been said that the CRAR for the UCBs will be increased to 12%, as well as for the tier 1 that for the tier 1 UCBs that have the branch in only one district, in a single district. So those are the ones that should have the net worth of 2 crores. Okay, so these were the answers, and Simran Wadhwani was the one and Ashar was the one that was able to give the right answer of these 2 questions. And I hope today also you will be able to solve the questions really well. So thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here, or you can contact us through this number. Thank you everyone.